Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy start of the week. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. We're talking about business lessons, 10 business lessons from my 10 years of being in this business. And let me just tell you, condensing it down to 10 was probably the hardest thing I have ever had to do. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to wait for y'all to join. As you're coming in, please give love. Let me know you're here. There you all are. And I've got something exciting to share today. I finally get to share it. I've been waiting for weeks and weeks and weeks, and today is the day. Today is the day. So I'm really excited. I'm going to wait for you all to join. There you all are. Hey, Goddess Jackie, Goddess Beth, Paulette, Jessica. Happy Monday. Happy Monday morning. So as you are all coming in, there you all are. I see you all. Good morning, Margot. So it is the start of a brand new week. And this conversation, this topic has had me so in my feelings. Oh my gosh, I'm going to try to do my best not to get all, teary-eyed and messing up the work that went with this makeup this morning. I'm going to try to keep it all together in my sharing with you. Hey, Sangwani, all the way from Africa. All right, so before I get started, I just want to say the lessons that I'm sharing are only from this business. I've been in business and this is 10 years. I've been in business for, oh my God, 20 plus years, like a long time, a long time. And I want to say, even though these are lessons, I'm still learning. So that's number one thing. Number two, there is no way I can tell you my business story in this context, because that is a story. That's probably a book. What I'm going to do is quickly encapsulate the through line, right? The universal principles of the story so we can get to the lessons. And I think most importantly, I just want to share from my heart before I get into any of this and just get the emotions out of the way in saying, wow, there are some women here who have been a part of this journey from day one. Like, that is a long time to be, in the sphere of anyone's influence, let alone part of what they're doing, their mission in the world. I got a message from Lori this weekend, and it was just like this picture that came up on her phone. And I realized when she sent that to me, I've known Lori for over, God, what, 10, 12 years? That's a long time, a long time. And she's still in my world. And so whether you've been here since the beginning or the last few years, and especially these last few months, I just want to tell you, thank you so much. You have no idea. You really never will. I'm sure the way you look at this is that, you come here for me to fill you up. And I don't know how much you ever think about how much you fill me up, or how much you allow my purpose in the world to be fulfilled, or how much joy you give me when I get to watch you transforming, or the value of my lessons because you don't have to go through them because I share them with you. Like, there's so much that you give me. And I just want to say thank you. You are probably my greatest lesson. You are all, as much as I'm your guide and your mentor, guiding and mentoring you is my greatest lesson, right? So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And now for the reason you came here. The last 10 years. Oh my gosh, where do I begin? I want to talk about the wins, the losses, right? The wins, the losses, and the close calls, because there have been a few of those, a few. You can't go 10 years in business without having close calls. And I'm not going to talk about the lessons. Notice I didn't say losses, I didn't say failures. And, in the traditional world, that's what they would be classified as. Here in our community, in our family, they're lessons. That's the way I view them. Every time it feels like a failure, it feels hard, it feels crushing, I have trained myself to go, okay, what is this meant to teach me, show me, tell me, guide me in a different direction instead of, oh my God, it failed, right? So I just want to share that with you so you know, yeah, the wins, the close calls, and the lessons. Some of the wins along the way, one of my greatest wins was the year. If you haven't noticed, I'm pretty playful with manifesting life, business, all of it. When I can be Tasha, my playful self, is when I'm the most successful. And one year I just decided, you know what, why not? Why not take the entire year's revenue and not like 10% increase or 20% or like the stuff people usually do. I'm like, I want to take the entire year's revenue and I want to 4 times it in 1 month. It was just like, just for kicks, just for fun. Oh my gosh, that's a whole class in and of itself, which I have taught a lot about that experience. But that was a massive win. And it showed me, oh my gosh, it showed me how we limit ourselves, how powerful we all are, not just me. And just like when you literally get clear on your desire and you give it to God, there is magic that happens. So that was a massive win. And then there was the time I came from out of nowhere and it's like, oh, you know what, I want to do a 7-day thing. I didn't know back then that people call those challenges. I didn't know that it was a launch. We didn't have I had Facebook. I didn't use it. We used teleconferencing. You had to dial in on a number every single day. And it was like, just, out of nowhere, Tasha having fun. That would be really cool. Let's do that. And hey, here we are, 5 years later, still doing it. Another big win. When I broke the 7-figure mark, I remember I was like, I asked for our reports for some reason. I think I was not because I wanted to know the number. I was literally filling out a form for something, and when I got the income statement, I was like, "Oh my God, we did it! We broke the 7-figure mark!" Like, well, I called my mom, my daughter. That was it. Like, I can't even think I told anybody else. Like, the people in the business knew, but like I called my mother, my daughter. It was a quick 5-minute conversation, hang up. So one of my greatest lessons is learning to celebrate a lot more. Okay. But that was a big win. Uh, one of my most recent wins was when I decided, you know what, if I'm going to do anything else, if I'm going to do any more in this business, what I want to do now is something that is fun. I get to step out of teacher Tasha a little bit and just hold space for women who are at the highest level of work with me. We get to travel, we get to have fun. And so I launched the Goddess Wealth Circle. Those of you that were the founding members of the Goddess Wealth Circle, you should see how shocked I was when you said yes, you wanted to do it. Because for me, that was just like, oh, you know what? That would be cool. That would be fun. And so that was a massive one of the things I think of as a win for me. The last one that I want to share is after all these years of teaching, from the science of getting rich and making that be like the foundation and the core of what I teach, getting to the point where I developed my own method, the vision alignment method. And thank you to the team for pushing me. You're not teaching just the science of getting rich, Tasha. There's more. Like, what would you call it? And I realized the thing that I do the best is guiding women to visualize accurately, powerfully, like all that. So I formed the vision alignment method, and that was massive, right? Those are my wins. Now let's talk about the close calls. One of the things that we used to do back in the day was live events. Remember those big live events, like 200, 300 people? And so I've had a few of those where, we've committed to the location for the event and the cost of the event. We've done, like all kinds of things. And then we're 2 weeks out and we need, like, let's say 200, 250 women in the room, and we have like 40 registered 2 weeks before the event. And people would sweat. I remember my mentor said, you need to go hit the pavement, make phone calls, go to Chamber of Commerce, like go, go, go. And I was like, no, that is not what I'm going to be doing actually. I'm going to turn to what I know works, and I'm going to go visualize the room full. And so, yep, scrape by a couple of those. There was a time we signed a contract on a hotel for one of these events. And, at the time, it was going to be so far out of budget, but the location was so a match for my dreams. And it's really funny telling you the story and connecting the dots in this moment. So it was great. And then when we put it out there, it was like, I was like, in our community, the price range we'll need to put at this event, we'll need to make this event is above what our community would be able to commit to. And we had already signed the contract, right? And I was like, oh God, what are we going to do? Because no matter what, whether you show up or not, I'm going to be liable to the hotel. And so I can't remember how, like one little caveat was in there and we got to get out. So like super close call. Here is the beautiful thing. Those of you that are in Money and Profit Mastery, we're reading chapter 16 today, which talks about anytime you think you've met a failure, if you can just reframe it and be grateful and carry on, you will see how the future will bring to you what you desire in a much better way. So in December, we are having the Wealth Circle experience. It's for my goddesses and invitation only. It is sold out. It has the most beautiful everything I ever wanted back then at that hotel. It's that and more, and like it's sold out, right? So everything worked out. So that's the other one. What's it? The other thing? The time we had the gratitude gala, those of you that came to the gratitude gala, please forever forgive me. What you do not know is last minute, the what do you call that person that we hired to do food decided to not honor her agreement and to be revengeful, or let me just say, I don't even want to use that's such a strong word, but to not honor her agreement. And so in doing so, she made sure that she didn't show up to the event. We didn't have enough food. It was an absolute horror for me. Right. And I just asked for forgiveness. And so that was another fun thing that happened. Then there was a summer I wanted to quit. I was like, I'm done. I'm done this business. I don't know. I don't know what was going. I was totally hormonal, and I was just like, I just want to quit. And the funny thing about why I wanted to quit, I was really feeling guilty. It was within my 8 weeks where I like to not work, and I was like, I'm not working. I'm not doing anything. I'm not being productive, and I feel so guilty. So let me create some drama and go. I want to quit it all, right? So there was that. Thank you, God, for guiding me through not doing that. What else is there? So those were my wins and my close calls. The lessons. I'm going to share 10 of them, but I'm going to share something to do with, just experiences that I realized. And these are not losses. These are just like, I just want to put these 3 separate from my 10 lessons. I remember the first time I heard someone say they were in a conversation about me, and the other person said, really? You like Tasha that much? I don't really get her. She's not like, I don't get her. She's not my cup of tea. Like, I don't like her. You all, I operate in the world that everybody likes me. How could you not like me? I'm like the most likable person. I was like crushed to hear that this other human being out there who had never done anything to but be nice was saying she didn't like me. And that, like, I like, got over myself real quick. And I was like, Tasha, not everyone's going to like you. Grow up. Right? Like, it's not how it works. Like, energetically, some people are just going to be like, not my thing. And that's okay. That was a huge lesson for me because, and that's a whole other topic. But anyway, it's cool, right? The other thing about people is that not everyone is your people. There's not everyone is meant for you to serve, and you got to get really clear on who are your people. And I remember when I first started out, people would say, oh, so that's what you do, you teach negative people how to think positively. I'm like, No, that is not what I do. And then they're like, oh, so you're a life coach. No, I'm not coaching anybody's life. Nope, that is not what I do. And so just getting really clear on what you do and who you serve, who you're meant to serve when it comes to people has been everything for me. And then there was a time I got this incredible opportunity to travel across the world and speak to a room full of, God, probably 200 women. The room was already created. I literally just had to show up and teach for a day and a half. And you know what? Here's a lesson I learned is that I was so exhausted. I had done a launch. Heather, who is here, I happened to meet in person there, but I had just completed a launch. And at the end of the launch, we had a hurricane come into Florida, right? And so I'm prepping my house for this hurricane while trying to catch a flight to leave before the hurricane lands so I can get to the UK. And I learned, and business wise, the event was not a success for me. And here's the lesson that I learned. You have to be responsible for your energy, and you have to be, you have to like think about that ahead of time. Like, can I really do all this? Right. So those are the big things. Okay, here we go. I want to talk about, oh, we adore you. I love it. Thank you, Sangwani. You know what? I do hope that if you show up here Monday morning, you are the people that like me. So here are the 10 lessons. Number one, start wherever you are. Right now, start wherever you are. People are going to tell you all the things you should do, all the things you need to do. You need a Facebook page. You need a website. You should be on LinkedIn. You should have a massive following. You should, and you need a funnel. You need an email system. Well, you know what? I started this business with none of that, literally not even a bank account. But I don't recommend you do that for too long. What I want you to know is the greatest lesson I learned is start, period, start. And then I'll add wherever you are. Wherever you are on your business journey, just start. So that was a massive one for me, right? Like momentum, like that spark. Why do you get the flame? The second you strike the match, it's the start, right? And then you get the flame. So you got to activate, got to start. Take continuous inspired action. If you want to receive, if you want to manifest, if you want your business to be successful, period, end of story, you have to stay in inspired action. Not hard work, not being busy, but inspired action. And that has like a few things you have to do before you get to getting the inspiration to act. But one of the things that I think has led to the greatest success for me in business is that I get inspired and I act. There is no in between. Inspiration, action. Now, I might get inspired, for example, to create an event, right? So I get inspired to create an event. The next thing I do is not to plan the entire event, find a hotel, all of that, but I take some action towards it instantly. Maybe I map it out. Maybe I write it down. Maybe I write it on my whiteboard. Maybe I start looking at locations. I don't know, but inspiration, action constantly. Because I have shown God, universe, source, you give me the goods. I'm going to do my part. I'm taking action. That has allowed me to stay open and receiving in ways that I cannot. When people talk about blessings, I cannot count my blessings. I cannot. And I cannot tell you how many women I see not succeeding because they're missing this part. Tons of information, tons of ideas, tons of inspiration, downloads up the wazoo, zero action. You cannot receive without action. Okay, so there you go. Number 3, you have to, I thought about how to language this. Do I want to say take time? No. Do I want to say give yourself permission? No. You must make yourself rest and refuel. You must make yourself rest and refuel. This is a massive lesson for me because I am a recovering workaholic. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I'm a recovering all the things. And I have so trained myself that when I am way off the ledge with the working and the constantly, like I have to make myself create space and rest and the opportunity to refuel. One of the things I've implemented lately in my life is, before I jump into the week, every Sunday evening, I go down to the beach. Some days I just go to the beach for 5 minutes, literally, but it just totally refuels me. And it's the act of refueling. It's not even, I'm not saying you need to go on vacation. You need to leave the country. You need to leave your house, but make yourself rest and refuel. All right. So that's number, whatever number that is, number 3. Okay. I'm going to slow down because you all need to hear this. If I am your inspiration in business, to hear my position on this and my greatest lesson. Everyone out in the world teaches strategy, then maybe you do a little spirituality, right? You got to knock out your strategy. You got to have a plan. You got to have it down to the nth degree. And then, leave a little room in there to pray, to be grateful, to do your little affirmations. No. Me, I am all spirituality over strategy every day. What makes my strategy work? Because my spirituality is full and overflowing. Do not be fooled, right? Do not think I'm just some smart businesswoman, all the stories you make up about yourself. What I am is a woman who takes the time to work on my spirituality. Right now, I'm putting in about 2 to 3 hours a day on spirituality because what? The last few months, I've been so out of alignment. I need to get my shit back in gear. I need to get myself back on track. And it's not going to be strategy, my friends. It's spirituality. Spirituality over strategy every day, 10 times a day, all day, forever. I do not rely on strategy. I rely on spirituality. All right. People are going to ask me for the numbers. I'll repeat the list when I'm done because I don't even know what number I'm up to right now. The next one, make time to get clear. Literally, make time to think. I realize that in my busyness, whenever I'm busy and I get overwhelmed, I realize I'm not thinking. I'm not clear and I'm not thinking. So I have to make time to think. I literally just sit and go think. I do. It sounds bizarre, but if you are so busy doing, you are not accessing like your superpower to get downloads and information. And that for me has become crystal clear. I make time to get clear and I make time to think. And here, when you think about success, like define everything for you. Success for me should be different for you, for each of us, right? Make time to get clear on what it looks like for you. Not just the money, not just how many clients, not just, how much you're going to have in the bank, what success looks like. Really get clear on how will this feel for you? How will it contribute to your life? How will you make the world a better place? How do you want it to feel? How do you want it to look? So get really clear. Make time to think. You will not have clarity if you are not having time set aside to think. I have literally gone on trips just to think. You all know me. It's like, I got to get away. I'm overwhelmed. I need to think. My husband, that was part of the wedding deal, was, I'm that girl, babe. I'm going to need to go away and think, right? So that's a big thing, a big lesson that I've learned. I see so many people not clear just because they haven't made time to think. Just busy, right? Okay, moving on. Be intentional about everything that matters to you. If it matters to you in business, write an intention. Don't wing this. Do not allow stuff to just happen by chance. I've told you, the only thing I don't write an intention about is to go to Walmart, which I don't do anymore. But literally everything in my life that matters to me, I'm intentional about. When it comes to business, intention for everything. I start a group, I intend your success. I intend your manifestation. I intend your joy. I intend all the things that I want for you before we even start the group. I'm intending for you. Everything that matters to me, I write an intention around. Compete. When it comes to competition, which our human ego will trick us into, let me tell you how I handle competition. I compete with the current version of me. Anytime I see myself going into, oh, this one's doing this and that one's doing that, and da 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 da, oh my God, look how she just did. Like literally, one of my mentors had an event and like created $900,000, right? And I was like, oh my God, that's insane. Like in a weekend, right? I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. Why am I not doing that? I was like, whoa, 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 stop. Uh-uh. Compete with the current version of yourself. The only person I'm focusing on competing against, the only thing that I'm focused on competing against is the current version of me. Doing that, making that my focus, here's what's happened. I'm constantly elevating myself. I'm constantly attracting to me the things that are in my wealthy version of me in the fifth dimension. I'm constantly pulling to me. If I go compete with Dick, Jane, and Sue over here, I'm going to track her stuff. I don't know. She made $900,000, but she probably lost her marriage, her kids, her health, or whatever. I don't want that. I don't know what's involved, right? So I'm just going to focus on me and compete with the current level, the current version of me. If you know anything about Tasha Tamara Batts, that's my married name, but you all know me as Chen. If you know anything about me, you will know this. My purpose for being here is to live to my full capacity. My capacity, not yours, not yours, not yours, not him, not her, not anybody else's, mine. So I can only compete with me for that, right? The current and the past versions of me. The next thing I learned is do not allow your lies to vote or to decide. I have found myself in that trap where my doubts, my fears, my worries are like literally deciding. They are choosing what happens next. And a great mentor of mine, Fran, once told me, your feelings, you get to honor your feelings, but they do not get to vote. They don't get to be part of the decision, right? So that's been really valuable for me. I have learned honor my feelings. Yeah, I'm scared right now. Yes, I'm like worried. I don't know what to do. I'm all of those feelings, but you're not going to vote. You don't get to decide what happens next. I, in my highest self, I decide. So that's another one. Don't allow your doubts and fears. I've come to learn that everything is in contribution. Everything. And those, the goddesses, the women, the eagles, and the elites, anybody in my sphere of hearing my voice ever knows that this is a diehard thing I live by. Everything is in contribution. That has helped me to look at some painful things, some like super hurtful things, things that make me angry, feeling like a failure, all of it, and just go, whoa, even this is in contribution towards what I want in my business. Even this is in contribution. I've learned to ask myself, what does this experience want me to know when the contribution thing does not feel or look very positive or happy, right? And so number 10 is do it afraid. Do it afraid. I am not going to sit here and tell you I don't have fear. That would be a lie. I am a human being, and I always want you to know you can count on me to be authentic. I have fear. I worry. I get anxious. I'm human. But I carry on, my friends. Do it afraid. Do it afraid. And here is the reassurance that I have learned to put all of my eggs in this basket. And it is this message from God. Tasha, I am here. I will never leave you or forsake you. When you feel fear, it's because you have fallen to the lie that you're doing this yourself, that it's you doing it. It's you that have to figure it all out, right? I just like, I've just learned, that's my greatest lesson. Feel fear and do it anyway. Feel afraid. That's fine, but do it anyway. Right? Nelson Mandela said, courage is not the absence of fear. It's doing whatever is meant to be done while you're afraid. Do it afraid. Oh, Jackie says, I so needed this masterclass. Thank you, universe and Tasha. All right, here is my bonus one. So I'm going to go over the 10 and then I'm going to give you my bonus one. Number one, start wherever you are. Just start, period. And then wherever you are. Number two, take continuous inspired action. Just stay in action. Make yourself rest and refuel. Number three. Number four, your energy is your best. Oh, I never said this one. Your energy is your best business card. I never said that one. Number four, your energy is your best business card. My goddesses, the new goddesses said to me, Tasha, in large numbers, the thing I want you to teach me how to do or teach us how to do is how do you like have that energy that you have? How do you have that where like you're magnetizing for people? That energy, I have put a lot of energy into developing and building. And it is my business card. I do not have a business card. I've never had one. In this business, I think we maybe made them. I probably trashed them. My energy is my business card. Your energy should be your business card. That is number four. Spirituality over strategy every day, all day. Do your strategy, but make sure your spirituality is full and overflowing. Number six, make time to think and get clear. Number seven, be intentional about everything. Number eight, do not let your lies, which are your doubts, your fears, your anxiety, your worries, do not let them decide. Do not let them vote. Number nine, everything is in contribution. And number 10, do it afraid. And here is the bonus one. And this bonus one is the most relevant today because, as you know, on December 16th, everybody knows what's happening December 16th. You think this masterclass was the bomb? Wait till you come to December 16th, where I'm going to support you in creating 2024. So on December 16th, we're going to do Create 2024, right? And what I want to give you as this last lesson, this bonus lesson, as you prepare for that masterclass is this one. Ask largely. 2024 is numerologically an 8-year. 8 is my life path number. It is all about prosperity and abundance. You want to make sure that you invest this hour and a half to 2 hours on the 16th to make sure you put everything you possibly can in place to like ride this wave of momentum of abundance and prosperity that's going to be in this 8-year next year. You don't want to wait till January to do this, my friends. You want to be here on the 16th. Put in the 2 hours, get it done, literally see it as your deposit, your investment into everything that you need to do to set yourself up to be successful in 2024, right? So that's December 16th. And the reason why I want you to start thinking now about this one is this is the greatest lesson I've learned. Ask largely. One of my mentors, I hear her over and over and over in my head. She said, Tasha, I remember my wildest dreams was $350,000 a month. And then I got it. In 24 months, I got it. 24 months, she got $350,000 a month and has made that and more for over 30 years. And she said, the one regret I had was that I limited myself with that ask. So get ready to ask largely. Ask largely. All right. Here's what I want you to know. What is the big surprise? What is the big thing? Why am I telling you? Watch your email, watch your text, watch your Facebook Messenger, watch my Facebook page, watch everything this Saturday only. 24 hours only. It's 11/11 this Saturday. All the things in combination. I want you to energetically register for this masterclass on 11/11, and I have made the price. Are you ready for it? 24 hours only. Let me pause. I'm going to leave you to guess. I'm going to spend an hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm going to help you develop your word for the year. I'm going to teach you the greatest lesson and mistake I learned this year with the word that I chose. I'm going to teach you how to write an intention for 2024 in all the areas of your life. That literally is like your order to God, universe, source in the most powerful way it can be written. And then we're going to visualize your wealth scene. This is teaching you how to visualize when everything you wrote has manifested. My friends, this time with me is $2,000 at least. At least. On Saturday, you get to register for this event because I'm Tasha being playful for $8.88. 24 hours only. Saturday only. Don't message, call, nothing me after midnight on Saturday. That's it. Make sure, have you RSVP'd? Hold on, let me jump over here. Type the word RSVP. If you thought I've been joking this whole time, now you know why I've been saying. Type RSVP because when you RSVP, you're going to get that link in Facebook Messenger Saturday at 12 a.m. on the 11th. You all will be the first to know. Did you type RSVP? Did you check Facebook Messenger? Did you confirm that you want to be notified? The only way you're going to get that notice is if you type RSVP, check Facebook Messenger, tell it yes, I want the information, and then you'll get it. P.S. Can you believe I just did that? $8.88 for a whole 2 hours with me. Now, don't let it be lost on you that I said 2024 is an 8-year, right? Numerologically, it's an 8-year. 8 is my life path number. 8 is a number of prosperity. You want to be registered for this class at this price. It is going to change on Saturday. Get yourself in. Do it. Do it for you. Mwah. I love you. I sure hope you all got something from my 10 years. I hope it blessed you. I really do. Take what you will, leave what you don't want, but I truly hope that you all got something. Go RSVP. Mwah. Love you. Have a great week. Bye, everyone.